ready. Okay. This is Story of My Song by American Express. So what we're all looking at is a screenshot of my notes app from the day that Audrey and I wrote this song together. It's funny to see it written here, like, ooh. Like, can't wait to dissect that one together. The song itself is really about feeling mildly petty at the outcome of not feeling wanted, watching somebody that you have feelings for go off with the next person. The last time we touched these lyrics was May 17, 2024. Okay, let's get into it. First one.
I could go and read your mind, think about your dumb face all the time, living in your glass house, I'm outside, looking into big blue eyes. Did it just to hurt me, make me cry, smiling through it all, yeah, that's my life.
The premise really for this first section is feeling like you know someone so well that no words are required to understand exactly what it is they're thinking.
I could go and read your mind, think about your dumb face all the time.
I think you're dumb, but you're in my head constantly. It's sort of this like push and pull between like I'm so over it, it's so embarrassing, you're so embarrassing, but clearly they're occupying a lot of the space in your head.
Living in your glass house, I'm outside.
This is like wanting the person to understand that you see right through it all, but also simultaneously, that's a little embarrassing.
Looking into big blue eyes.
Okay, this piece felt important to Audrey and I remember us between sips of wine kind of listing all of the potential qualities that we could dissect about her. I think as a brown-eyed person, sometimes people with blue eyes, you're like, why'd you get that? It's a good thing to have.
Did it just to hurt me, make me cry?
I also do think that like this song is a good example of how being like broken up with can sort of trigger some pretty like navel-gazing, a bit self-centered or like mildly narcissistic thoughts to come up. I think I'm a bigger person than these lyrics would suggest, but we ultimately ended up writing the lyrics really, really quick. Every song I've ever really cared about making, you're kind of just pulling it out of thin air a little bit, and then there's like a mini blackout period where you then like hear it in full at the end, and it's like it just appeared.
Living in your glass house, I'm outside.
I'm not one to like put it in my songs necessarily, but this felt important. The song is riddled with kind of petty attitude and like just lots of emphasis on the kind of brattier parts in this one. That's embarrassing. It's embarrassing to think that. Let's hit the pre.
You're an idiot, now I'm sure, now I'm positive, I should go and warn her.
We loved writing this. It's kind of like being so bald in your judgment of someone. This song in particular, I think, is like a funny one to kind of dissect because it's all very direct, which is what we wanted. I think it was like the idea of being able to not have to read into any of the lyrics. It's not like a revenge song or anything like that. It's just like a real expression of feeling wronged and being petty about it. It's not too decorated. So you're an idiot. Now I'm sure, now I'm positive. It's like, okay. I always find when we're writing songs, I get as much rhythm and almost like use the guitar as like a percussive element. You know, if you're on the road and you don't have access to a studio with a drum kit or like a drum machine, to be able to try to like have as much of the feel in the guitar itself. So that was the, with like the hammering even, we just, I don't know, we just wanted it to feel good. We wanted it to feel good. Let's go into the chorus.
And warn her. Ooh, bet you think that she's so cool. Kicking back on your couch, making eyes from across the room. Wait, I think I've been there too.
Chorus. My favorite. We were in the studio cutting this, pretending to be owls. Aaron would be like, you guys gotta get it together because we have a vocal to cut. We'd be like, whoo, woo, 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 woo. This was kind of the bit that was stuck in our heads for months before we actually came around to finishing the song. I think the whole theme really was like about getting to this piece where you're like, I do know everything because I have been in her shoes. I've been there, I've done that, I know exactly what's going down. And again, further kind of like mockery of the person that has let you down by literally just simply not choosing you. It's a, normal thing to feel. Okay, verse 2, we've got a portion of it. I love this part.
What you do to get you off? Taking down her hair like, oh my God. Taking off your shirt, I did that once or twice.
Okay. I love this verse so much. Similarly to the Blue Eyes piece, I had recently cut my hair off. So I felt like that's another thing that we could point to that I was like, well, maybe it's because she's got gorgeous long hair, you know what I mean? All this stupid stuff. I would say the aggression and the satisfaction in the voices of the audience here, or twice. It's real punchy from the audience, so I appreciate that very much. Audrey and I played this song for the first time at one of our shows at the Greek in LA. This line, did that once or twice. She goes, or twice, and now in the crowd, everywhere we go, they're like, boom. So, I feel like I get to hang out with my friend in some like funny way every show, even though she's not there. Okay, we have to finish the verse. I'm just kidding.
Taking off your shirt, I did that once or twice. I know, God. But I think I like her, she's so fun. Wait, I think I hate her, I'm not that evolved. I'm sorry, she's missing it. Sad boy, not my business. But I had to warn ya.
So you're kind of like, I did that once or twice, and then it's kind of like, okay, I know I'm being ridiculous, but can't be stopped. The thoughts just keep coming, But I do think like there's actual sincerity in this feeling where you can really start to admire that person, even if you don't know them at all, from all the little clues and bits that you can gather, being like, oh, she's probably the coolest, smartest, hottest, etc. And then it flips just 2 seconds later. The music I grew up listening to, there are callbacks, just references to previous sections in a song, but you're kind of pushing the story forward a bit by just tweaking it. First pre had go and warn her.
I should go and warn her.
And then it flips, you want to warn him that she just doesn't understand.
But I had to warn ya.
You're just changing it enough to keep the narrative moving forward. I feel scared to talk about the bridge. We'll get there. We can dissect this, but like I would never say the names of the people that the song's about, for example, but I think, I don't have any problem standing here being like, yes, I wrote this about a relationship that I was involved in, but anyone that I've ever been involved with, for example, like knows that I write songs. There's just a way to make someone aware when you've done it, if it's gonna see the light of day, for example. Enough consideration, to be respectful of XYZ person and their personal life and experiences. Yeah, the person's fine. They're all good. Double chorus. Let's cue it.
Warn ya. Ooh, bet you're thinking she's so cool. Kicking back on your couch, making eyes from across the room. Wait, I think I've been there too. Ooh, you got me thinking she's so cool. But I know what I know, and you're just another dude. Ooh, that's so true.
Love it. Structurally, we knew in our heads this would be a double hook, but this point felt crucial. And then obviously, here we go, there's our title, which made us laugh. Just being like, that's so true. It's kind of the voice in your head talking to yourself, he's just another dude. We say that all the time. Like we say that's so true all the time in our normal non-songwriting conversations. So that's our hook. There we are. I feel like we should probably move into the bridge. Let's do first chunk of this bridge, and then there's more on the other side of the sheet, I have to assume.
Made it out alive, but I think I lost it. Said that I was fine, said it from my coffin. Remember how I died when you started walking? That's my life.
Okay. I'm being too precious with the paper. Ready? That's my life.
And that's my life, that's my life. I'll put up a fight, taking out my earrings. Don't you know the vibe? Don't you know the feeling? It's just been the night, catch me on your ceiling. That's your price, that's your price. Well,
Price. Okay, I'm just gonna kick over this so contradicting myself left and right. Made it out alive, but I think I lost it. Said that I was fine, set it for my coffin. We're getting really serious. Oh, I should probably get back on the stage. The whole thing is sort of being like, don't you understand how painful this has been? I don't totally understand what I was doing here. Another sound to incorporate, it seems.
I'll put up a fight, taking out my earrings.
Just to be clear, in reality, there's no taking out my earrings to fight. Like, nothing about the desperation that you hear in this person's voice was even remotely based in reality.
Don't you know the vibe? Don't you know the feeling?
My favorite thing about a song tends to be a bridge. You know, Taylor is an amazing example of this. Like, you're always waiting for the bridge because she's someone that just raises the bar so high. It's like this entire new section for things to just absolutely go crazier and crazier.
It's just been the night, catch me on your ceiling.
The pendulum is like boom, boom, like every 5 seconds. Just the mania. It's like this character is manic. I used that word a lot to describe a fair amount of the album. This is the creepiest. This, we were going like Hereditary with it, horror movie style, like someone's on the ceiling, kind of like Exorcist style, like head spinning, quite awful. That's the visual I had in mind for Catch Me on Your Ceiling.
That's your price, that's your price.
On the internet and at shows, I've seen people think that the word is prize with a Z, but it is not. It's price, because it's basically like, that's what you get for blocking me out. Terrible, terrible. It's so intrusive. Okay, if I were to dissect all the feelings in this song, there's mania for sure. It's petty.
But I think I like her, she's so fun. Wait, I think I hate her.
Jealousy.
You're an idiot, now I'm sure.
Angry.
Did it just to hurt me, make me cry? Smiling through it all, yeah, that's my life.
Crush. The bridge did end up being the thing that kind of took the song on the ride. It's interesting, like, what the pieces of songs that people like pick apart, and then that is what makes it go viral. I'm embarrassed that I included this. This is typical of my notes app entries. These are just some notes that I shouldn't have sent you, so I'll just stand in front of them. Well, I think that this song opened a lot of doors in the past year that we got to experience as a result of the reach that this song had. I get to do the thing that I've loved since I was a kid, but I get to do it with people who I respect and admire so much. Getting to experience crowds feeling into the experience of this song, you know, more than I maybe even did when we were writing it. It's like, just like everything else that has gone down the past, you know, year and a half. I just am learning from all of it in real time, and that's really everything I think I could possibly say about this song. Last thing to do is sign off. Signing for me and Audrey, because like the ghost of her is in this room, I feel. That's not her signature, but just we'll pretend.